Welcome to the Women in Leadership Body, Soul, Mind, and Business podcast. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Heather. And together we are working to connect women in leadership and business, empowering each other, improving the health and wellness of our community, body, soul, and mind, connecting to the heart and soul of who we are and what we do.
I'm so excited to have Anna Marie back with us today to share some tidbits of her wisdom. And if you haven't met her already, she is going to take it away.
Well, hello, ladies. It is again an honor, privilege, and I am grateful to be with you again and the viewers. You made a great decision to be here and invest in your time today. You know,
Yes.
I'm gonna kind of go over some things about self-confidence, and I believe that you're going to be able to take this with you for the rest of your life. And as you ladies know, and viewers, I just finished up a 5-day challenge this past week on the power of self-confidence. And I would love to share one of those lessons.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. So
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is what we're going to learn. We are going to learn the truth about the source of our self-confidence. And we're going to discover what authentic confidence is and how to feel safe enough to speak and act on our own truth. How does that sound so far?
Goosebumps. I have
Okay,
goosebumps.
well, good.
I like
Because
this is great.
There's more.
Yeah.
We are also going to learn the importance of connecting with the infinite to expand our awareness and experience the life that we would love to live. And the very fact that we are alive and breathing means we deserve confidence. How many times have you heard that? You deserve confidence. Not often, right? And so as we go through, we're going to learn to restore the trust in ourselves, gaining and growing and understanding and experiencing authentic, unshakable confidence.
Ooh, unshakable.
Unshakable. Are we
I think
ready?
we need some of that right now. Like we
Okay,
are really
then we're
like
ready.
tired of some of the things happening in the world. Like we've been doing 100 days meditation. We're like a little over a third, getting close to halfway through it, and just sitting in that love for 15 minutes, like feeling very decided and calm about things. And I didn't entirely expect all of the changes just from doing that. And so I'm really excited that we can share this next piece now.
Oh, good. Yeah, and I'm watching those as well, and I'm absolutely loving it, being able to bring myself into that moment. And so we're going to find new skills over your fears and insights, and we're going to reframe our understanding about our past experiences. So instead of those ideas about yourself or your experiences tearing you down, we're going to find that there is a simple, easy, and highly effective way to reframe our thinking about those things that we recognize. And, it's a part of who we are becoming, because we all have ups and downs, and we grow understanding through getting it right and understanding through getting it wrong. And we have to have those failures, right? That feedback in order to gain success.
Your air quotes around failures. Like
yes.
You just automatically did it. Failures, air quotes.
Yeah, because to me, failure is nothing but feedback. It's not, because we're going to do it. And we were trained when we were kids, right? That really, if you fail, it's a bad thing, but it's not. It really isn't, because it just gives us information on how not to do something, right? Now we can try it a different way. And there's a deep understanding deep down inside of us of who we are. And that is really far greater than all the stuff we have shoved down deep inside of us, because we contain far much more than we've ever known. And so we're going to talk about the DNA of confidence.
Nice.
And so let's begin with this. Let's close our eyes for just a moment and take in a deep breath. And for a moment, notice something. Your ability to take that breath. It is something that is given unto you and given unto me. Not one of us has the power to beat our own hearts. Not one of us has the power to wake ourselves up in the morning. There is a power called life, call it spirit, call it energy, call it what you want to call it. I call it God. And there is a power and a presence. And this power and presence moves into and through each one of us, and it gives us life. You can open your eyes. It brings life to this very physical body that we call our own, and it is sacred. There is something really wonderful and sacred that's happening with you right now. Can you feel that?
Yes.
It's this thing called life. You didn't call life to you. It's given unto you. And the power of knowing this, there is a spiritual DNA in you, not just a physical DNA. And that very life uniquely expressing itself as you. So many of us have been trained to look outside of ourselves for approval or opinion. And we were raised with the ideas about who we are and where we come from. And those opinions and ideas of the people around us it could be our family members. It could be a sibling, right? It could be an aunt or an uncle. It could have even been a teacher. Perhaps one of them said, "Oh, you'll never be a singer. You'll never be able to sing. So just don't sing." Or someone may have said, "If you shorten your dream and make it smaller, then you can have that." Right. And we have borrowed what they are seeing or thought, and it was only their perception. Doesn't have to be ours. It's the way that it was. And we begin to shape ourselves and the ideas of ourselves around what they think, right? It's based on their opinions and their ideas and their ideas and their opinions before them, because it's really not about us. They have influenced us and they have taught us, right? And they raised us, and all along something was happening inside of each one of us. And there's so much more than that, because I'll tell you a quick story, and you guys may have heard the story before, but when I was growing up, I had a terrible time about being bullied. And in grade school, in the younger years. And you see, I was the smallest in my grade, and my grandmother was a seamstress, which I thought was like the coolest thing in the whole world, right? And so she always made me my clothes. And my mother, she was a perfectionist, right? Other people's opinions. She always made sure that my clothes were perfectly pressed and that my hair was combed. And my mother wanted me to be proud of who I was. And as you can imagine, the other kids did not like this fact that I had special clothes and that they were specially made. Everybody, and back then there wasn't a Walmart. It was more like a Sears or a JC Penney's. So everybody went to the same place. Everybody goes to Walmart or Target or, those newer places to get their clothes. Well, mine were specially made. And you can imagine what that made other people feel like, right? Was not my intent by any means. And of course, I had really, really long hair. Like I would sit down and I could sit on my hair. So my mother always made sure that it was brushed and combed or put up cute or whatever that looked like. And so I remember a time when we went out for recess. And I don't know if you guys remember, or maybe the listeners do as well, playing chicken, where you get on somebody else's back and then you try to pull each other off to see who the champions are. Well, I had taken my hair and I tucked it in my shirt so it would be out of the way. And the next thing I really remember is that I was laying on the ground being dragged around by my hair. And it was tough. And it was tough.
Awful.
And one of the things that they had said to me was, well, if your hair wasn't so long, that would have never happened, as they were laughing and running away. Right. And so not too long after that, and I think it was close to the last day of school, if not the last day of school, they actually cut my hair off in the bathroom. They ganged up on me and cut my hair off in the bathroom.
Oh my
Oh, that's
Oh yeah, it
gosh,
was
so
a horrible
traumatic.
time. And I took that with me for a long, long time,
Yeah.
you know, and you want to talk about losing self-confidence. And so the rest of my school years were really tough. I always found myself not making very good friends, and the friends that I made were not the best because they would accept me, long hair, short hair, you know, whatever that. And so I didn't always make the best decisions, but those perceptions of what other people had about me lasted almost a lifetime because I have about another 50 years to go. So I have learned to do different things. So let's take another deep breath right now. And let's give ourselves permission to explore and experiment with the idea of confidence. Confidence, it is not based on our behavior. A confidence that is not based on what we're valued by, whether that be our talents, our past, or even our IQ, but a confidence that is based on knowing that there's a power within you, giving you life, and that you are never, never alone. Henry David Thoreau said, if one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life which he's imagined, he'll meet with a success unexpected in common hours. And to be quite honest, when I started coaching several years ago, until I took this actual course of what I'm teaching, one of those lessons today, until I went through this, I truly didn't have true confidence. I had confidence, don't get me wrong, but true confidence of who I am. After many years of helping people, I know that deep down, and every one of us wants more life than what we have right now. We want to live more fully and freely, and we want to express who we truly are without other people's opinions. And if we just take another breath right now and keep breathing and keep breathing and keep breathing, we're going to create results anyway. So let's create the results that we love. And as we begin to dream, we dream of what we would love. And as we start to dream again and again, you're going to have those doubts that rise up inside of us, no matter what we do. You know, do you have what it takes? Sound familiar? All those times I've tried and it didn't work out. How about those situations that we didn't get the way things didn't wind up the way we wanted them to, right? And there's a part of us that will argue us right out of what we would love. And we often reflect back on what that confidence to be, do, and have, and to give, right? What would you really love to be, do, give, and have? And for a moment, think about, what if it's been a misperception about confidence and not truly a lack of confidence that's been the concern or the issue? How about the inner block of us having a level of authority inside of ourselves to be, do, give, and have what we would love? In other words, we have already everything we need right inside of us. And we were built and given that the moment that we were born. So take another deep breath. And let's acknowledge that almost every one of us feels less confident than we want to. Almost every one of us at times wonders if we really deserve what we want. Almost every one of us at times feels like our self-image is weak, that we don't have the self-image that we want to match. right? And that we would love to live our lives in a different way. And that we thought our confidence and our self-image was static. And the truth is, and this is the great news, is that our self-image, our self-confidence, we can't outlive those. We can't outdo them, but we can change them. And we can change the way we see ourselves and the way we think about ourselves. And so we've understood that our bodies would grow and that we could learn new things. Even as adults, we could explore. We could learn all kinds of new skill sets, but no one probably ever taught us that the spiritual DNA is perfect. And that spiritual DNA is perfect confidence.
Yes.
But like everything, and as we know, we have to be able to cultivate that and explore it and recognize that potential of growing and deepening, ever expanding confidence is unshakable through those circumstances, right?
Yes.
So the only way we're going to get there is if we have some challenges to come along to test us, right?
Yes.
Nail on the head. Yes,
Boom,
absolutely.
yes.
Mic drop, right?
Yeah.
And so we become, we learn how to overcome the difficulties, and we master fear. And then we rise up to try to talk ourselves out of being who we want to be. Oh, no, you can't do that. You don't have the education. You're just not even going to be. How do you think you can even do that? Right. And so we tell ourselves these things. So we become aware now of what we tell ourselves. And then we remind ourselves about that spiritual DNA inside of us. And there's a part of us right now that is way more than what we could ever think about ourselves. Right. So just for a moment, say, yes, I have had opinions about my accomplishments and everything that I have done up until now. So I'm saying keep exploring the idea of growth, exploring the idea of more awareness, exploring the idea of a greater freedom between you and the very power breathing you to bring the next level of your beingness, the next level of your life, and the next level of your expression into your accomplishments. I've given you this great opportunity right now to move into a whole new level of discovery. And one of the things that I have done is I have created gold nuggets, which I will show you in just a moment, so that you can take those with you.
So excited.
Yeah. And then you can express who you really are deep down, a fulfillment in the beginningness that is your life. And we can look at ourselves now, knowing that the DNA that's inside of us and the confidence that that brings, we can take a kinder glance at our bodies, a kinder glance at our accomplishments, and let's look inward. So let me really quick share with you the golden nuggets that I have. Can you guys see this okay?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So number one, confidence is based on our behaviors. It's not, I should say, not based on our behaviors, our history, our talents, or our IQ, right? You don't have to have an education to do something. So authentic confidence is based on knowing that there is a power within us that gives us life, right? Almost every one of us at times feels less confident than we want to, and that's okay. Our spiritual DNA is perfect. And inside of that spiritual DNA or DNA, do you remember that kids movie? Oh my gosh, I can't remember what it is now. The name of it. I'll think about it. Give me a second. And he called it in there instead of DNA. He said it's DNA. So anyway, growing unshakable confidence helps us to overcome difficulties and master fears. Opinion is not truth. Opinion is not truth. Our body is a gift, regardless of the opinions that we have about ourselves, whether it's size or shape or color. It is just who we are, right? So I'm going to give these to you guys so that you have them to share. Something that I had pinned up on my mirror every day, and I would read through these, reminding myself that this physical body is not who I am. My spiritual DNA inside of me is who I am. And that is perfect in all ways. So I would like to just share, if anybody would like to go a little deeper. I do have a 5-day program. This was just one of the lessons, and I would love to share that with whoever is interested and go a little bit deeper, because there's so much to gaining self-confidence that we can have on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
Daily. I like
daily.
that.
Yeah.
And it is
Because-
a daily thing that you have to be like, I am strong, I am powerful, I am worthy, I am valued, I am enough.
I am enough.
I
I love
enough.
that one. I am enough. Just as you see me today, I am enough. I will grow in many, many ways. And then when I get to that growth, I will be just enough right there. Because we are ever growing, right? Ever expanding who we are. And so the more that we can be confident in the fact that I am perfect right where I'm standing and I can only get better, is where we need to remind ourselves today, in the moment, not the past, not the future, but right now.
Right now. Right now.
Right now.
Right
Yes.
now.
Right now. Right now. And again, right now, because time is still ticking, right? I can pull my hourglass and tilt it over. And as each grain of sand goes through is another moment. So we breathe the confidence in this moment, overcoming the fear that in this moment, I can, I will, right?
Yeah. And that really lights that fire within you, that passion. It's like, yes, I can do this. I'm strong. I'm confident. I'm intelligent. It just really lights that fire within you when you have that confidence. When
And
you
it makes
prepare for
it
that
so you can
confidence.
persevere. Like
Yes.
you're more resilient. You are able to persevere through the obstacles, because every time you're ready to level up, every time you're doing that, it's like you get asked, are you sure you're ready? You know, the internet goes down, the computer needs to restart, like all the things happen, the dogs are barking, you know, what are you going to do? Like, you know, how are you going to react to these things? And, you know, and are they going to continue to be the issues, or are you just going to overcome them?
Yeah. One of the things that I like to do, and I ask my clients to do the same thing, is to put an I am statements on your mirror. But not just to look at them and go, I am, but to read it. I am confident. I am abundant. I am worthy. And look yourself in the mirror and have that conversation with yourself. And I always wind up, when I'm just saying it right now, I can feel my inner spirit going, woohoo! Yes, you are. Let's go.
I was
Let's
thinking
go.
how powerful that is. I mean, just giving ourselves a high five in the mirror is powerful. Like, and then taking that moment, breathing in your spiritual DNA and just really owning it, even if it's just that moment in the bathroom by yourself, you're owning it. And if you're doing that every day, you're going to cultivate it more. And we don't just talk to ourselves once. So I like the idea of it being in the bathroom, because we had, especially as women, we tend to run in there a lot, you know, and you could have it so you could read it, right? Like every time. And then you can feel that powerful moment anytime you need it. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Right. What a gift to ourselves. Like, woohoo.
It is a beautiful gift. So when we wake up in the morning and we say, I am, and we face ourselves and we tell ourselves, I am, we begin to grow the I am inside of us. Now imagine if you said that before you went to sleep. And that's the last thought you have on your mind is, I am. And then powerful and confident, creative, and, intelligent, all of the things. I am healthy, right? Some people are like, well, I'm too sick. I am healthy. Your body will get in alignment with what you tell it. But when you go to sleep, because you get into that's the delta phase of sleeping. That's the connection between you and the infinite. So if you're coming into that conversation with, I am confident, I am powerful, I am, the universe, the infinite, that spiritual DNA has no choice but to come into agreement with you. And then when you wake up the next morning and you do this and you say it again and you do it over and over, a 5-day challenge. I'm challenging you with a 5-day challenge. 3 times a day. When you wake up in the morning, in the middle of the afternoon, give yourself a pickup. And then before you go to sleep, write down your I am statements, post them, read them, and say them out loud. 5 days. See how different you will feel on that 6th day.
So we're going to say it out loud. So we are
Out
using our mouth and tongue, the senses, right? We're hearing it when we do this.
That's
when
correct.
we write it, we're using our kinesthetic memory. That's why a lot of people we write things, and this helps rewrite what's in our brains. I thought this was a strange activity at first. I was like, what am I in grade school writing things? But as you write them and you do it, you are literally rewriting what's in your head.
Remember back in school when we used to write things 100 times or whatever, so we wouldn't forget it? Like we'd write those. Yeah. That's the same kind of idea. It's that mental programming. And even if we don't believe these things right now about ourselves, we tell ourselves these positive things. We take away those negative words and we turn them into a positive. We are going to be those things. Because we're reprogramming our brains to believe it.
Yeah. So the subconscious mind takes in, 20, I think it's like 20,000 gigabytes of information. And some of it sticks, right? Some of it really sticks. So let me ask you this question. If I was to say, what do you blow your nose with? What are those called?
Tissues.
Kleenex.
Or Scotties.
Scotties, right?
I've heard there's like,
right. So when I was a kid growing up, paper towels were called Scott towels. So that was the brand. Right. And so I say today, and my grandkids just look at me, I say, hey, go grab me some Scott towels. And they're like, what? Like a dog at a new bowl. What's that? They don't know what a Scott towel is. They know what a paper towel is, right? So we have certain things that when it's been repeated over and over, it becomes what we know, and we repeat it and we become it, right? Same thing when it comes to, if you say to yourself, I'm not pretty, I am too short, I am overweight, we believe that, right? So when we tell ourselves, I am at the perfect height I'm supposed to be, I am at the weight I am supposed to be at in this moment, only this moment. Tomorrow is a new day. I am pretty enough. I am young enough. I am educated enough. When we repeat those things, like we did when we said we weren't, eventually we'll believe it, and the subconscious mind, the conscious mind, and now the universe, because it's all on the same vibration, will go with us and create things that we would have otherwise would have missed. But when we become in alignment to what our spirit already knows,
abundance flows.
I felt that woo too.
Woo!
one of
So we really,
sorry.
but go ahead.
One of the things I like to do to practice positive body image is when I
Mhm.
look in the mirror and I see my gray hairs and my wrinkles and my stretch marks and things like that.
Oh,
I I remind myself that these these things tell my life story.
yes,
Absolutely.
I
do.
do not need to hide those from the world.
No.
I stopped dyeing my hair about a year ago. Because I was like, I'm just going to embrace all of me the
Yeah.
way I am,
Yeah.
inside and out, and be okay with that.
So I reframed the way I look at my stretch marks. I
Mhm.
say that they're a roadmap to beautiful places.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. And
That's
so
cool.
the wrinkles that I have around my eyes, I say that those are my character lines
Mhm.
because I smile and those little bad boys, they come sneaking out and it's
Mhm.
like people are like, okay, I have wrinkles. I've got character lines and roadmaps to beautiful places.
I call my gray hairs glitter. I have glitter.
Yeah.
Like it's my
that's
natural
pretty.
glitter.
Tinsel.
Mhm.
Tinsel.
Back, I don't know if
Yeah.
anybody knows what I mean. Maybe
I
just
know what
radiated
tinsel is.
myself.
I like the tinsel. It's that really shiny stuff that we used to put on Christmas trees, and now you can find it
Yes.
like
You can
for
get
your
it for your hair.
Like
And braided in.
Yes.
friends that will like have. I'm like, how did you? They're like, we just tie it to a hair. I'm like, you do what?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
It is cool. They just pick underneath, they can tie it in, and there you have tinsel in your hair. It's just
Mhm.
great. I might do that even for Christmas this year.
That'd
Yeah,
be
doesn't that
fun.
sound fun?
That sounds really
Yeah.
fun to me.
Yeah,
And
I'm
it-
going to see the grandkids in Missouri, so it'll be really fun.
And sometimes it's that little thing, like maybe when you put the tinsel in, you're like, this is my reminder that I'm already sparkly,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
That I'm already shining.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like it's a power statement for yourself, right? It doesn't
Mhm.
have to just be a thing. You
Mhm.
can make it something that helps boost your confidence.
Mhm.
Like,
Yes.
and then it reminds you to
Yes.
say
And
those things to ourselves.
yeah. So we are, we
Mhm.
have to embrace where we are. Now, some people are going to want to color their hair. That doesn't mean you're not embracing who you are. That
Correct.
just means that you want to color your hair, and
It's
that's okay.
okay.
That's
It is
okay.
right. It is okay. It's not about what I think about your gray hair.
Mhm.
I can't see your gray hair. So, do you feel that your gray hair empowers you?
I do. I feel like
Then
I've
that's
earned every last one of them.
that's right.
And that, that's me and my story and how I'm
Yes.
embracing who I am and how my body's made. And
Yes.
yeah.
And that's one of the things too, is the story that we tell ourselves.
Mhm.
Right. Because and
Absolutely.
as I explain, I shared with you guys a snippet of what I went through in grade school, and
Mhm.
that stayed with me for so long. But the
Doesn't it
truth is,
though?
that's not my story.
Mm-mm.
My
Mhm.
story is that I am Anna Marie DiGiorgio.
Mhm.
I am me. And
Mhm.
that's what matters, not what they thought, not what they
Mhm.
did or didn't do, but
Mhm.
and if that didn't happen, would I be who I am today? Would I have been a different person?
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
So I embrace those things
Mhm.
and, move with it to go with me to make me who I am. So
Yes.
that spiritual and DNA is perfect confidence.
Mhm.
Is perfect confidence. Now we just need to trust in that, and we become who we are meant to be.
That's
Yes.
lovely.
Yeah.
You're
Wow.
already enough. I
Yeah.
like that you said too, you said it's already in you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I remember a couple of years ago, one of my friends said that to me. She's my friend now. We were just getting
Keep
to know
taking
each
her as
other.
friends.
But she was like, she's like, whatever it is you need, you already have it in you. And I just was like, that is weird.
Yeah.
So, but I let that
Yeah.
sit with me because I was like, I obviously need to open up myself to resisting that. So just, letting
Yes.
that sit with you, and, just, wherever you are,
Yes.
you're opening up to awareness around these things and your
Mhm.
growth wherever
Mhm.
you are on the journey. It's,
Yes.
all we can do
And
is
that's
open to it.
Yep, that's exactly right. We are all on a journey. That's how we need to look at it. Each day is like a mini life in itself, because you will never have this day again.
Right.
You can never repeat it. Right? It is gone. You have this 40 or 24 hours, it's gone. And the next 24 hours is not a 48-hour period. It is a 24-hour period, right?
Right.
It doesn't so tomorrow you get to start all over again. So who do you want to be, have, do, give, all of those things? Every day you get to do it all over again. And so you get to recreate yourself today and not worry about what happened yesterday. You can't change it.
I don't feel like it's so much as recreate as more like this inner knowing of who you are. Like you really step into
And that recreates who
that.
you are on the outside, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's that
Okay.
recreation piece. Is because
Right. Yeah.
you're breaking
Yeah.
those agreements that you made
Yes.
Yes.
with yourself that were not good, and you're rewriting them into
Yes.
Oh, I
positive.
see. I see. Oh, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing how it comes together now. Okay.
Okay.
And then
Yes.
you're not having the negative self-talk.
Right.
Then,
Correct.
like we're at a point where, like, if my son or I hear each other negative self-talking or putting that into things, we
Yes.
call it out. Like not
Yes.
in, we call it out, we name it, and we rephrase things, and
Yes.
we change our language around things, and then it becomes habit to not do those things. And that's a cool place to be
Yeah.
in, because then when you really have that moment where you have a huge reaction to something and these negative self-talk flows in, you're like, what is that? Yeah.
Where did that
Right.
come from?
Throw it away.
Right.
You're like, ugh.
Yeah. Get behind me. Done with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what we do. And eventually one particular paradigm is what they really are, right? It's a paradigm on how we see ourselves and or others. One of the things that I also like to share with my clients is that when we start changing who we are and the perceptions we have of ourselves, it starts to change the perception of other people.
Yes.
We start to see them differently.
Right.
And so as we see them differently, we treat them differently.
And they're going to
now-
see us differently too.
Yes. And now they get to see the difference in us, and they like what they're seeing. They want to do it too. Right. And so now they change and other people look differently to them. Now we've just created a community, whether that's at work, if you're in school, whatever that looks like, of a changed community. Then we can change the world in reality. But it starts with who we are and what we believe ourselves to be.
Absolutely does.
Yes.
Starts
Yeah.
with who we are and what we believe ourselves to be.
Yeah.
That's like boom right there.
Yeah. Yeah. It really is.
That is a perfect transition point.
Yes.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Anne-Marie.
you.
You're
That was
welcome.
amazing.
As entrepreneurs, we always want to encourage each other to be giving to our community, because as we move away from a corporate, we
Giving
get
aspect.
we get to be in charge of where our hearts give. And this quarter, we have chosen the Tears Foundation. It's a local nonprofit here in Washington State, but they have a spread across the whole United States and the whole world now.
Yeah, they're international.
So they help families with the bereavement and costs of the unexpected loss of a child, as
Including
well.
counseling.
Yes, as well as teaching other countries and places about caring for infants and sleeping and help preventing SIDS. So they do. Part of it is local and part of it is far away. Bed boxes for babies and things just to help them have a good start to life. So to help prevent people from having to lose an infant or child. It's not a fun thing to go through.
Wow.
And in addition to that, a few more days, we have a really special offer from Leslie Rochelle. She is doing 25% of the proceeds of her book to the Tears Foundation for
And
a few
that
more
book
days.
is Silent Grief, Healing, and Hope. It's a collection of stories, actually. And her story is just one of them, where they share what they went through in the loss of a child and their grieving process and things like that. Because it is not one size fits all. Everybody grieves differently. Everybody's experience is different. And so we just want to continue to love and support women in that way, because 1 in 4 women have lost a child. 1 in 4. And it is not talked about enough
No.
because of
Yeah.
the shame and stuff around it. But we're here to break that stigma. So thank you for joining us, and thank you for supporting the Tears Foundation and helping families in that way.
And we're really excited about all the things going on in our community. So be sure to hit the community calendar on our website at www.womeninleadershipbsmb.com.
And one more thank you so much, Anna Marie, for joining us today. If you would like to get in touch with her, she's an amazing, amazing woman and coach and just an inspiration to all. So hit up her contact information in the description or the links below.
Thank you so much. And I have to just throw in, about the group that you were just talking about.
The Tears Foundation.
Yes, you said shame. And I just want to let everyone that's watching this, there is no shame. Reframe that thought. It happens. It's my heart is with you. But remember, there is a higher power working for you and with you. And I just, my heart goes out with you. I just love all of you. Yeah.
And we love you so much, Anna Marie. And to our listeners, we love you guys too. And we'll see you next time.
Yes.
Namaste.
You got it.